Alright, welcome to Just Magic the Gathering. I was looking at a certain point, not really running my daily grind. I missed yesterday's and I already bled into today. What I was entertaining doing was the midweek magic. It is a brawl, and I don't know, in some ways I agonized about this offline. The I did a midweek brawl, and I'm just missing the obvious. Oh, I added my cosmetics and bopped to the top. Sorry. My midweek brawl did well for me in the past, but ultimately, I have been building out brawling shrines. And I did rework this a little bit in that I threw in some of my more rare lands. Going back to, I didn't have one of all my verges, and I didn't have one of all my pain lands. I still don't quite. I'm missing one of my verges. Even though I threw 3 rares I don't have in here. So, out of the 5 rares and 2 mythics this deck needs, 3 of those are shared, or they're lands, and lands are flexible. I'm back to like my Tamir Dragons. The reason I don't have this deck is because all 3 of those that I was looking to exchange for are already in this deck. So, in some ways, that is 2 birds with 1 stone. My main hesitation with doing this, but I did decide to do it, was I don't know how well this is going to hold up. I don't know about its balance. I don't know, how this is going to hold up. And one of the other things I was ho-humming about is that I am now down to like the 1 rare token and my wizard stack. I guess it does only need 1. I was working on a different deck that I was entertaining playing, but I'll at a certain point introduce that later. So as far as delete that one since Tamir Dragons came up. This deck is going to take a minute to introduce just because there's 100 cards that are basically unique. The only thing that is not singles are the planes, and it might be easier just to go with like the ones I didn't add. So as far as what I did, it is a 5-color deck, and legendary creatures you control get +X+X, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control. Whenever you cast a legendary spell from your hand, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with lesser mana value, and then you may cast that card without paying its mana cost. And then you put the rest onto the bottom of your library. So it is free spells if I can start to get it out. The one thing I did is thinking about what to introduce other than the shrines. I do have some control, like the cut down. The splash portal is can allow me to have something re-enter depending on what it is. I have some of my otters in here. Everything I tried having in here, I have more of like my wizards. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell, this does 1 damage. And since most of my deck is non-creature spells, my average cost is 3.0, and I have the 4D lands. I am weighted more heavily towards black, in that I do have a fair amount of, in some ways, control. I don't know. I am interested to see how this plays. And it is mostly shrines? No. Midweek. And so the main gimmick here is at the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card. And you can play an additional land on each of your turns. So I am hoping that works well, and I'd like to work for my rares. See, I only had like the one deck, now I have two. I was wondering if I should take it into a match of Brawl and see how it stands up before committing to it. Because if I can't really ever seem to get all my lands out, that's going to be very problematic. And same with if I have to mulligan half a dozen times. I'm going to have to mulligan. There we go. And it was a free mulligan, so I don't actually even have to return the one. So, 2 lands. Draw an extra card. Sorry, I was just in a way trying to figure out what my hand is. So, a black back alley gardener. I could pay the full 4 to kill it. I was wondering about doing the 3. Oh, target the creature. Plane cycling. He's going for land. Surveil. I'm glad to actually see the... And I'm going to pay the 2 life. If I do the Northern Air Temple, followed by the Crescent Temple, I'll get 2 prowess tokens out of it. Let's see what he has for control. He's playing red-white. Well, if they all go that easy, this should actually go quickly. And I got some turtle power. So I'm really happy with, in some ways, how mana ramped up, or since I did have the double draw, double land drop. It seemed to hold up well. So I have the 2 blue I can play into basically all my hand. I can't play into the whelp. And it can enter tapped. It's just plain wastes. Blue, blue. So that opens up what I can do. For 4, I don't have the 1 to be able to do the damage back. But with my hand being pretty expensive, I'm not going to be able to be playing 2 spells per turn. The Boy and the Iceberg. I don't even recognize the Howling Mine. Most of these I'm not even going to recognize. At the beginning of each player's draw step, if it's untapped, that player draws an additional card. In some ways, this is lighting up nicely. Deals damage to any number of targets equal to the number of shrines. I don't know, still trying to just figure out what I want to do here. Probably cast it without the offspring. That way I can still pay the 1. The Howling Mine, I'll have to remember that. One thing about Brawl games is they do tend to be slower. Nice. He gets to play things for free. So the Sanctum of the Fangs is going to be nice. Because he's going to start having to discard. I'm assuming he's going to be scrying. Interesting. So now I'm going to take 3 damage on this. How can I actually even do this? I can't do Ugin enough damage. Creature can't be blocked, it doesn't matter. He can definitely do some damage with the Ugin out still. Scry 2. Gets to play whatever card that is for free. Base land card, put it into your hand. I mean, he still has a stupid amount of mana. So I'm pretty sure he can actually basically do a board wipe for me here. Two, 4, 6, 8. The One Ring. I don't recognize that one. It's indestructible. When it enters, if you cast it, gain protection from everything until your next turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, lose 1 life for each counter on it. I'm almost assuming he has another. I should have done that last round and I didn't even realize it. That will tap me out, and I don't think it's... Pretty sure this is his game. That's a little weird. Well, that's actually a bit of a boo. Well, I'm going to stop the recording and say look forward to doing some matching in the future. I seem to have lost connection, which is odd, because my internet is usually very, very stable. Sorry about that. I'm not quite sure what happened with that match. I'll be curious to dig into the logs and see why, unlike last time I lost my internet and it was like the DNS went down, I'm not quite sure what happened, but it was just a short burst and I was actually questioning if I got doxxed. That doesn't make sense. Either way, I was wondering about taking the free mulligan. I can go for Aang's Journey and go for at least the black. And hopefully I can get some more land here. This is the April Fools. They had this on sale yesterday. Alright, I'm glad to see the forest. And that is all I can do. I need the red. Or another black. blue-black. The treat trolley. When it enters, create a food token, and it's 1 mana of any color. Ward, pay 2 life. So, this is a little bit slow. Everything has ward. Artifacts you control have a ward. You can scry and draw a card. So he liked what he saw. And with 5 mana, he should be able to do quite a bit. That allows him to draw twice. If you would draw a card, draw twice that instead. Shoot the sheriff. He can't get max speed. He can nope it, and I don't have enough to cover it. Just destroy it for 2 life. Nice. I probably should have done the course by mages. Or I need the 2nd black to do it. That's going to give them all death touch. Monorist Graver. You gotta play it again. For the exhaust cost. $21. He's gonna opt to draw a card. So I can once again destroy it. I'm not sure it's worth it. Poisoning the cup will keep him from getting the double drawback. How does he keep doing that? Or it's because it's his main one. At the beginning of your first main phase. I don't have the 2nd black mana to do that. I think that's the best I can do. I still don't have the white I need to get into anything. But I at least now have enough to play my max speed. Assuming he's looking to do something with that pile of mana. Unable to scream. The water crystal, he gets to play blue spells cheaper. And draw a card. That's a free shrine. I'll do the stone shrine too. Let's see what he has for control. Remove 2 charge counters for 2 colorless mana. Remove 3 charge counters and it does 3 damage to any target. The ley line. No longer get graveyards. And the star rupture. A mill deck would be... Oh. Him. I probably should have done the Harnesser of Storms. Or done Liam first. 2 cards. So at this point he is, I think, down to almost just what he is drawing into, though. I'm assuming if he has the other half of the mill card, extravagant replication, mechanized assembler. Corner serve storms, cut it down, take action. And I can foretell this. What's my best option? Without him playing any other to target player or planeswalker. Resolve. So, I'm still not sure this is my game. I'm assuming he has another -5 to -0? Another one of the singularity ruptures. But since he's playing, it doesn't seem to be that way. And I should have done the Withering Torment. At this point I can do the Poison the Cup. I'm just going to see if I can finish him off. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. Take action. So, with that though, I'm pretty sure it's my game. He's tapped out and I don't know why it's not letting me attack. It's waiting on him. He doesn't have it. One of these must be an instant that he can activate. So the deck seems to be holding up well, even with a wipe. The acceleration from having the multiple lands. At this point, I think it's just, he's going to make me time out. And with that, if I splice this into the other video, it is going to be a long video. Thank you for everybody that watches. So yeah, I'm happy with how my Brawling Shrine works. And I can look to get my cosmetic later. Yeah, that got me the 2 rare cards, and it sounds like I've maybe got some other rewards. Yeah, I got, what is my last one? Oh, Iroh. During each turn, each non-lesson instant and sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. The flashback card's equal to its mana cost. During your turn, each lesson card in your graveyard has flashback of 1. So, lessons are cheaper, and you can recast them. I don't know. That is a nice card. But with that, look forward to doing some Magic in the future.